It's kind of 1:15. Good afternoon. You're listening to Cool FM with PK for Friday afternoon. And with us on the show, as promised, and good afternoon to all of the fans that follow Westlife on Twitter who I contacted this morning, Kian from Westlife. Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you feeling today? I know you had a busy day yesterday.
Yeah, I'm okay. We had a great concert last night in Dublin, and I was doing The Voice as well in Ireland for RTE, so it's a busy time, but it was really enjoyable. Great.
Right, so maybe is this a bit of a vision into what's going to happen in the future for you? Doing some voiceover work?
Who's to know, really, at the minute. It's just, it's something that obviously I'm doing while Westlife is still together, but something I'm very, very much enjoying, so who knows? Fingers crossed.
Now, we've announced the tour this morning. Of course, everybody knows, and it was only announced today that you're playing in Belfast. Now,
that's right, yeah.
You've left it long enough to announce the gig, didn't you, really?
Well, it's been a strange tour, this one, because it's the farewell tour and it's the final show. There's been so many different people involved, and I know nobody. The fans don't understand what happens. They just assume that, we sit in a room and make a decision and that's how it works. It's not how it works, sadly. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes in order to make this stuff happen. So, Belfast was always on the cards. We were never not going to play Belfast. I mean, it would be the most ridiculous thing in the world for us to not play Belfast.
Yeah.
But it was just the way it worked. But look, we're delighted it's happening. It was always going to happen. It was just a case that we had to wait until the rest of the tour in the UK was all put in place before we could find the right place for it, the right slot for it. And now that that's all happened, we're delighted to be able to announce it properly.
29th of May 2012 at the Odyssey. The tickets going on sale next week.
Yeah.
And it's getting to that time where everything is going to be for the last time. This is the last time we're going to do this. How's that feeling?
It will be our last time to be in Belfast.
Oh, man. But you kind of own the place, when it comes to gigs at the Odyssey.
Oh, look, honestly, the Odyssey holds such amazing memories for us. It really, really does. I remember pulling up there on our first Greatest Hits tour, and they had this big, massive billboard type thing on the front of the building.
That's right.
Because we were doing 10 nights. And it was like, somebody was giving me a statistic on Northern Ireland in general with Westlife, and apparently 1 in every 4 people has a Westlife album, and 1 in every 6 has been to see Westlife.
Yeah, but only 1 in every 100 will admit to having it now.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And, Northern Ireland in general has been such a huge part of Westlife's career. From the early days when we used to go up and do the Jerry Kelly show on UTV and stuff like that. Honestly, it's like the memories that the place holds for us has just been astonishing, and the people up there have just been so amazing to us. And that's why every year we always try and make a big deal out of it and try and get back there and do it, and talk to everybody at Cool FM and all the other radio stations that have supported us throughout the years, because obviously it's a big deal for us. It's a huge deal for us.
What are you going to be thinking then when you're standing in the dressing room you know so well, backstage at the Odyssey, before you go on to play to the crowds?
Oh God, there's 2 ways of looking at this whole process of what's happening with Westlife, and I'm really, I go 2 ways with it all the time in my mind. There's a huge amount of sadness behind it. In a sense that, we're calling this our farewell tour. It will be the last time that we come to Belfast and play it. But then there's a huge amount of happiness behind it as well, because at the end of the day, when we started this band when I was 16 years of age, I'm 31 now, that's 15 years ago when we started, with 12 albums have been released by Westlife, We've done 11 tours. This will be our 12th tour. It's just insane to think what we've accomplished. And, I just look back on it with a big smile on my face, because I kind of think, wow, look at what we have achieved. Now, I know we could go on and keep going and stuff like that, but, I think for the 4 of us, we really wanted to put some closure on it and not be one of these bands that, kind of slowly fall away and fade into the background, and that's why we did it now. We felt like the second Greatest Hits album, it was in our contract, and we felt it was the right time, and we're no longer teenagers. We don't, it's been hard the last few years to kind of continue to try and keep going at the pace that you need to go at in order to keep up there. The pressure of trying to find the music, trying to make the hits, all these different things, and I know everybody out there will be going, "You're mad, you're crazy, you're this, that, you're the other."
Yeah. But
it's very hard for anybody else to understand it unless you've lived it. And we just want to go out with a big celebration, and we want this tour to be a celebration of the 14 years that we've had, the 12 albums that we had, the hits that these people have made for us.
I was going to ask you a question, which was, and I don't even want you to answer it, which was, is it more hassle than it's worth now? But I'm going to ask you the other question. Do you think the wife is going to get sick looking at you now?
Look, I'll answer the question that is it more hassle than it's worth? Definitely not. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And, there's no hassle. It's not hassle. Yeah. That would be the most craziest thing to ever pin on something like Westlife. You know, I mean, it's been the most amazing thing that's ever happened to us all in our lives. It's just a case of, we never wanted to be one of these bands that were scraping the barrel. We always said it from day one. We want to go out on the top. We don't want to go out, scraping the barrel.
This is true, by the way. This isn't a kind of a party line that you're all saying now. This has been the thing you've said for a long time.
This is how we feel. This is how it is in our minds. This isn't just what we're saying for the sake of it. This is actually, what we say to each other. This is what we've said to each other in the rooms, making the decisions, having the conversations about it. It's not a case of just like, look, nobody can ever understand it unless they're doing it. And I know I've said that already, but it really is a case of that. And, and we want to go out with our friendship and our love for each other intact as well, because we've seen bands struggle, and they end up killing each other. They end up because everybody's trying so hard to clutch at straws and make it big and special and this, that and the other, and if it's, and you end up arguing with each other, and we never wanted that. We used to watch other bands, and we used to say wow, they really look like they're not enjoying it anymore, and they really look like they don't even get on with each other, and that would be the worst thing in the world for it to happen to us. I mean, we grew up together. We started this band, 3 guys in Sligo. We brought Nicky and Brian into it, a year later, and it became a real natural process for us. So in that sense, we really never wanted that to lose that.
You're very passionate about it. This is unbelievable to hear. Very passionate about it.
Well, we're very passionate guys, I mean, that's why we've been doing this for so long, because it's been a passion. It hasn't been a job. It's never been, anything but passion. It's been true love, from day one. Standing on a stage and being a performer is what we do. And, I mean, we're all going to continue to do it in some way, shape or form, whether it be with Westlife or as individuals, or whatever it may be, but right now it kind of feels like, we've really given Westlife our whole entire lives, and we've dedicated the last 14 years of our lives to each other. And we just really felt like, it's the right thing to do for us as people, for the fans to leave it on a high note, for everyone. And we really want the next year's tour to be looked upon as a celebration. Yeah. I know there's going to be sad moments. I mean, we're going to be in floods of tears. The last night we play in the Odyssey in Belfast. Yeah. We're going to be in floods of tears everywhere we go. But it's going to be through good memories. It's not going to be through sadness. It's going to be through happiness.
Yeah. It all has a certain ring of, look, it's not you, it's me. It's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it, because honestly, Kian, I feel like you're dumping me now on the radio.
We're not dumping anyone.
Well, listen, man, thank you so much for coming on and being so candid about the whole thing.
Not at all.
I'm slightly concerned.
We're so looking forward to getting up to Belfast. I mean, we really, really are, and hopefully we can do more than one night. That's what we'd like. If the tickets go well and people are interested. I think that's the one thing that we've really felt since we broke the news. It's like, for the last 2 or 3 years, we kind of felt like we were plodding along, and everybody was just kind of going, "Oh, Westlife, hey, how's it going? Good to see you again." But now it's like all of a sudden the demand is massive. It's like we can't go anywhere without everyone kind of going, honestly, it's insane, and it's just so nice to see how much people still love what we do and still appreciate us and appreciate what we've been doing for the last 14 years. So, again, we just want to say thank you to everyone who's been a fan and who's been a part of our journey.
Well, will you give us a shout if you manage to get a couple more dates or another date lined up for the Odyssey?
Indeed, of course, without a doubt.
Brilliant. It's been a pleasure talking to you about the whole Westlife experience. Hopefully we'll get more if more goes on. Westlife, the greatest hits tour, obviously was going to come to Belfast. Now it is the 29th of May 2012, and the tickets go on sale on a Friday at 9 o'clock. You may start queuing now. Kian, you're a legend. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much, sir.
We're going to play some Westlife in a second. Back after these.